Hello and welcome back to another one of my Sims 4 speed building videos, and it's a bit different today because of the way that the Sims 4 works with the building construction mode. You always get the annoying boxes that pop up when you try to do a building video like how I used to do them on the Sims 4, which is why I have moved into filming me building the whole house and then speeding it up several times. As you can see here, I believe that this is in fact 16 times the speed that I was building it in. So talking about the house here, I built this house for my Sims that I was currently playing. It's a guy called Nosario. I sort of thought that he had an Italian or Spanish descent, so very South European on the Mediterranean style. So I wanted to build him a house that sort of matched the style, and I found this lot in Willow Creek that I thought matched the style nicely too, because it's got the blue water next to it. Sort of made me think of the Mediterranean coastline area. So this house is sort of styled on an Italian or Spanish villa. As you can see, I've already built most of the outside of the house, and I'm just putting the inside walls in now. It's also got like a little bell or clock tower, because I thought that was very reminiscent of Italy or Spain. I'm not really sure which one I'm sticking with, so I'll decide that at some point in the future. But as you can see here, I'm doing the upstairs. It's got this nice sort of overlook from the landing down into the living room, as the landing wraps around the top of the living room. And then there are 2 bedrooms upstairs and also 2 bathrooms. I think this is a 2-bedroom and 3-bathroom house, which is a bit unusual. So if you download this house, you could convert one of the bathrooms into another bedroom, because I sort of prefer that ratio, having one more bedroom than a bathroom in my house, but I just thought the layout worked better with this one. So I'm now putting in all the landscaping for the house, putting in lots of tall trees like these, can't remember what you call them, I think it's cicada trees, along the side of the house, which are once again very reminiscent of the style of house that I'm going with. I sort of took inspiration from the Sims 3 world, Monte Vista, because you get a lot of the houses like this, and there are a lot of those trees along the roads in that world. So putting lots of plants outside in pots just because I thought it looked nice. I actually found an image on the internet which I based the front of this house off, because I wasn't really sure how to start going. So I used that for inspiration. It's always quite useful when you look on the internet to see or just have a look for inspiration to start building a house. So I'm here doing the kitchen. My Sim Nosario is very keen with cooking and baking. He actually earned all his money through a bakery, which I may do a speed build of sometime, just not at the moment because I've got other ones planned for this summer. And that's another thing I wanted to address. I have now finished my GCSE exams, which means that I have a whole summer free. Hopefully that means that I'll be able to get lots more videos up of speed builds, which I really enjoy doing, because it's just a good fun time and a really nice easy way to relax. So once more furnishing the house here, I did like this little entrance hall with the table and the sunflowers on it, because the sunflowers I think gave a nice piece of colour to the room. A lot of this house has sort of brown colours on the walls, which I was quite a fan of, but I also wanted a bit more colour in there, so the colour comes through from the furniture. As you can see, I've got like the bright green sofa there, and I do try to get vibrant pieces of colour in elsewhere. I also wanted to make sure that the rooms in this house were quite big, because I always want to try and use those large rugs that come with the Sims 4 base game, but can never find a place to use them because they are so large. Coming into the dining room here, I also wanted to make a study in the house, but I couldn't find a specific room, so I decided to put the desk and computer in the dining room, because I thought that's okay. I've seen it done before in other houses, in real life and The Sims, and there just wasn't really any room in the living room or any place where it looked good. Putting some more stuff in the garden here, like a bonfire and some pot plants. There's some outdoor eating furniture and some places for you to plant some plants. It will be good for my Sims cooking. I didn't have the Sims I didn't have the Sims 4 perfect patio stuff, that's the word, when I was building this house, so I probably would have put a pot hot tub. God, I cannot speak today. A hot tub in the back garden, but of course they weren't. Well, it wasn't even out when I built this house. I built it a long time ago, and I finally got round to making this. If I had the stuff, then I would have put one in, but obviously I didn't. So I managed to get one of the large rugs here in the master bedroom, which I was really happy about. A lot of the large rugs have sort of weird colours that don't always fit, so I thought this brown one fitted the most nicely, if that's how you say it. A lot of the muted colours with the rugs seem to work quite well, which is why I always use the muted colours, because I can once again draw colour into the room through the furniture. So coming into the landing here, I wanted to fill out the space so it wasn't completely bare, so I just threw a sofa and a coffee table in there with some bookcases so you could just sit and read on the landing. Here's one of the upstairs bathrooms. This is sort of like the communal bathroom. I put some laundry stuff in here and a couple of shelves. I really like the bathroom shelves in the Sims 4. I think they're a great space filler for the bathroom and make it look sort of more like a home. So, sort of like home base, make a house a home, which is what I'm doing here. In this final bedroom, I didn't know what to do because my Sims don't actually have children yet, so I just decided to make a sort of guest room with twin beds. Just so you can have children later, or for guests coming to spend the night at your Sim's house. So I think this is pretty much the end of furnishing. I'm just going around adding pot plants and lights in where they're needed, and I think that's about it. So here onto the screenshots. Here's a view of the front of the house. As I said before, I really like how this house turned out. I've got a little fountain out in the front there, just because I thought it fits the style once again. I found myself finding lots of things that I thought, oh yes, this would work really well, but I'm not really sure where to put them, and kept on looking, and I eventually did find a really nice place, like those windows with shutters. I didn't use them everywhere, as you can see, but on the sides of the house where there isn't much detail, I think they helped to add detail into the build and make it more interesting from those sides. So here's the downstairs bathroom, very simple, and here's the kitchen. I really do like those counters that came with the Sims 4. They feel sort of industrial, but not too industrial. Like, you can use them in the home, but also in a restaurant if you build one. So moving on here, you can see the living room with the colourful sofas and the dull walls, and I really do like the dull walls. Well, I like how they look, but I'm annoyed that I like the way that they look because they're so dull, and I just want a bit more colour in the house, in my homes that I build, which is why I use pieces of furniture to add these pieces of colour. Here's another shot of the living room from the other angle this time, so you can see big TV and some nice sofas. Here's the master bedroom. I put some sculptures in the corner because I was just looking for something to fill the space, because that's something that I found with The Sims 4 is they don't actually have much space or things to fill space with. Like in The Sims 3 I found it much more easy. Yeah, I found it much more easy to find things to fill, just gaps of space. So I think that was the last of the room screenshots, and now we're just going for some top-down views. This is what it looks like from the roof. Oh wait, here's a picture from the top of the tower of the house. Just put some random decoration there. And then here's the floor plan of the lower level, and I think the next shot is the floor plan of the upper level. So I want to thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.